In this lesson, we're going to learn about subtracting whole numbers. So we should know right now that whole numbers means we're only subtracting with numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So some vocabulary words that mean subtract: take away, difference. If we find the difference between two numbers, we're subtracting. Less than, decrease by, and subtracted from are all keywords for this symbol here, subtraction. So we have some, just like with addition, some properties of subtraction. But with subtraction, there is no commutative or associative properties for subtraction. So what that means is we know that when we add, that we could do 5 plus 4, which is 9, and 4 plus 5 is 9. However, when we're dealing with subtraction, it doesn't work. We can't switch the order. 5 minus 4 is 1, but if we switch the numbers around, 4 minus 5, it doesn't work. If we have 4 and we take $5 away from $4, we're in the negatives. So commutative property does not work for subtraction. And same thing with associative. So the grouping and the order cannot be changed. But we still do have properties. The first one is the difference. So that means if we subtract any number, so let's say we take 11, and the same number, so we take 11 again, the same number, and subtract them, you always get 0. No matter what. So the same thing with variables. If we take x and we take x away, it's still 0. So we'll use that in our later chapters when we deal with variables. The next property, property 2, it says the difference of any number. So if we take any number like 5 and take the difference of 5 and 0, we always get the same number. So if we had x and we take nothing away, we still have x. Alright, let's go ahead and get into some subtraction here. So here's some steps when you subtract. The first thing is you want to always line up the place values. So if we take a look at this example right here, we're going to go ahead and take 881. And since the 1 is in the ones place value, and so is the 3, they're going to need to line up. The 1 and the 3 need to line up here. So that's the first step. The second step is you're going to start at the ones place and subtract. Or what I like to do is when I go to the ones digit here, I ask myself, I need to make sure that the top row digits are larger than the bottom row digits. So if we look here, if we have 1, we can't take away 3 if we only have 1. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to have to borrow. So you're going to make sure the top row's digits are bigger numbers than the bottom row's digits. And if not, you will need to borrow. So borrowing is necessary if the top digit is smaller than the bottom digit, only for subtracting. And the nice thing about subtracting is you can always check it by using addition, and I'll show you how to do that here in a moment. Okay, so since this 1 here is not larger than 3, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to borrow 1 from next door here, from the 8. Now remember, if we think about section 1.2, we talked about that in 881, that this represents the hundreds place, this represents the tens place, and this represents the ones place. So what we're essentially doing is we are borrowing a 10 from next door, because this is the tens place here. So that's going to, if we borrow 10 here, that's going to make it now 70. So that 8 is going to change to a 7. And we're essentially borrowing 10 and putting it over here, which now makes this an 11. So you could think of it as like we're borrowing 1 to make it now 11. So now we're just going to subtract. So we have 11 minus 3, which is 8. And then we have 7 minus 6, which is 1. And then we have 8 minus nothing, which is 8. So we got 818. Now we have some vocabulary to talk about. When we're subtracting, the first number that you're taking away from is called the minuend. So this number right here is called the minuend. And the number you're taking away is called the subtrahend. And then the answer you get is called the difference. So the 818 that we got is called the difference. Now let's say we want to check this. What you're going to do is you're going to take these two numbers here, the 63, the subtrahend, and the difference, the answer, and add them together. So if we take 818 and add 63, let's see what we get here. 8 plus 3 is 11, carry the 1. We get 881, which is the number we started with here. All right, let's try another example here. So first step is we need to line up the place values. And if you want to put a 0 here, since there is no thousands place there, you can. And step 2 is we need to make sure the top row is larger than the bottom row. So if we look here, the 2 is not larger than the 1. So we're going to have to borrow. So we're going to borrow to now make that bigger. Well, we had to get this 1 right here from the tens place next door here. So we are going to borrow and make that 2. Now, we have a problem. This 2 here is not larger than this 5 here. So we're going to need to borrow again. So we're going to take 1 from the 6 and make it a 5. So that we could borrow a 1, we need to get this 1 right here from this 6 here and make it 1 less. So now it's 12. So now the top row is larger than the bottom row. So now we are ready to subtract. Okay, so we have 11, take away 2, that's 9. And then we have 12, take away 5, which is 7. And then we have 5, take away 1, which is 4. And then we have 7, take away nothing, is 7. And let's go ahead and check it. So again, to check it, we're going to take these two numbers and do the opposite of subtract. We're going to add. So go ahead and do that and see what, and we get the number we started with when we add to check. Alright, so we're going to take 174 and subtract it from 900. So we're going to take 900 and subtract from it 174. So we have everything lined up. Now we have to make sure that the top row's digit is larger than the bottom row's digit. So here we have 0, which is not bigger than 4. So we're going to have to look next door, but this, you can't take something away from nothing. So then you have to go over one more, and now you're looking at this as 90. So we're going to have to borrow from 90. We're going to take 1 from 90. And if we have 90 and we take 1 from it, now it's 89. So the 9 is going to change to an 8, and the 0 we're going to change to a 9. And when we do that, we're going to borrow and now we make that 10. So we're going to get this 1 right here from the 90 to the left of the 0. So now we're ready to subtract. So we have 10 take away 4, which is 6. And then we have 9 take away 7, which is 2. And lastly, 8 take away 1, which is 7. So we get 726. And then again, don't forget to check it. Add these two together. So if we have 174 plus 726, we get the number we started with, the 900. All right, next example here, we're going to go ahead and subtract 2,493 from 300,115. So if we look here, 5 is bigger than 3, so we're good there. If we look here, though, 1 is not bigger than 9, so we're going to have to borrow. So we're going to borrow 1 to make it now, bring this 1 up, now make that 11. And we had to get this 1 from next door, so we're going to make that a 0. But now we have a problem. We have a problem because 0 is not bigger than 4 here. So we're going to have to borrow 1, and if we look next door here, this, we can't borrow from the 0, and if we go over 1 more, we can't borrow from that 0, so we're going to have to borrow from the 300. So if we have 300 and we borrow 1, in order to put 1, we're going to need to take 1 and put it with here to make it now 10. We have to borrow this 1 to put it here. So when we borrow 1 from 300, 1 less than 300 is 299. So now we're going to change the 300 to 299. And now the top row is larger than the bottom row. So now we're going to subtract. We have 5 minus 3, which is 2. And then we have 11 minus 9, which is 2. 10 minus 4, 6. 9 minus 2 is 7. And then we have nothing here and nothing here. So we just bring those numbers down. And then don't forget to check it. And this one would be a very important one to check because with all this borrowing that we did here, very easy if we're not keeping track and organized to make a mistake. So if we add these two up and check, we do get the original top number there. Alright, last example here. Let's do an application problem. Where could we use this? So if we look, we have a truck that gets 17 miles per gallon. And we have a car that gets 32 miles per gallon. It says, how much more mileage does a car get than a truck? Okay, so we need to figure out how much more, it's asking us, how much more does this car go? So we want to know how much more. So we know that a truck can go 17 miles, but we want to know how much more does the car get? So how much more than 17 does the car get? So we want to, in other words, we want to find the difference between the mileages here, the miles per gallon. That's what we're trying to find, the difference between 17 and 32. So if we take 32 and subtract 17, we're going to have to borrow here, make that a 12, and we had to get this 1 right here from this 3 right here, so we have to make that a 2. So a car can go 15 miles per gallon more. So if we were to add 15 and 17, we would get 32.